precious child. I'm born to be wild. I'm so high.
Born. Ah, you had to play Born to Be Wild. I saw Richard Simmons on a kickstart-only chopper, suicide ship.
That's funny, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, my first guest is the new editor-in-chief in the for the decidedly independent Honolulu Weekly. And I love this paper, and I'm looking forward to meeting Mindy Pennybacker, ladies and gentlemen. Hi, Mindy. How are you? Please. There you go. So, how long you been on the job?
2.5 weeks.
What has surprised you so far?
I guess what has surprised me is how really serious everybody is and how engaged and how strict they are with me.
Oh, you're expecting what, like a big party? Hey, Mindy's here, grab a keg.
I almost feel as though, you know, the editor isn't, the editor kind of completes the circuit, but they could do it on their own. The editorial staff is so dedicated.
And how much direction does the editor give to the paper?
Well, I've started things like fact-checking and some extra copy editing. I decide what our cover stories will be from week to week.
Oh.
And we have these great columnists, Ian Lind and Brian Schatz, who just kind of generate their own political coverage.
Yeah.
We have a back-of-the-book arts editor, Dean Carrico, who's terrific, who oversees calendar.
Now, when I introduced your paper as decidedly independent, would that be fairly accurate?
That would be very accurate. It's independent, it's irreverent, it seeks to say the truth. And that's why I'm really happy to be working there.
Now, I understand that you were on the mainland and actually came back to Hawaii for this gig.
Yeah, I'd admired the Weekly for years. It started, I guess, 16 years ago. My mother was one of the first advertisers. She had a nonprofit called Rainbow Peace Fund. And that's how I started reading the Weekly. And I noticed they covered all these kind of alternative activities and a broader political leftist spectrum.
Where were you and what were you doing there?
I was editing the Green Guide, which is a national environmental publication, for about 10 years.
Okay. Was it recyclable?
It was. It was soy-based inks and post-consumer recycled paper.
Oh, yeah, oh, it's beautiful. And what sort of things are you bringing from that publication to this one?
Well, clearly some environmental consumer perspective and a sense of where we're going environmentally. It's a really good time to be in Hawaii because of our legislative mandate to increase renewable energy, to go green statewide. So I have 10 years of expertise in the environmental movement.
Now, speaking of that, you know, a lot of people would say, well, you know, you're an environmentally concerned person, but you're still printing on stained dead trees. You know, how much is the online piece of Honolulu Weekly play?
We're hoping to really expand the online piece, and all our cover stories can be found online. We're just bringing classifieds online.
Oh.
And
So I can't wait to read the Honolulu Weekly classifieds. You know, 67 Volkswagen bus, dude.
And we're going to start putting some of the columns and stuff online too, and just more interactive features like you know questions and answers and
But I mean,
blogs.
is it, you know, and again, I'm not trying, well, I'll just say it, is the goal to get off of stained dead trees and be a completely online vehicle?
Well, I think the goal should be I think there will always be people who want to hold something in their hand, and that's what I learned editing the Green Guide. We were completely online, all of every issue, plus online content, exclusive web content. But readers still didn't just subscribe online. They wanted to hold in their hand, ride the subway with it.
You know, I tell you what, there is something about having it, you know, especially in the morning with a cup of coffee, you know? It's just, am I wrong? I mean, it's a whole...
No, you're absolutely right, and I think it should be a cup of organic, shade-grown coffee, and that ultimately, newspapers are moribund if we don't start printing on completely post-consumer recycled paper.
Ah, I see, that would be the difference.
And it has to become available, so we have to demand it. Your question is very apt.
Yeah. Now, how long were you gone?
25 years.
Oh my goodness! So, what sort of? I mean, I know you're coming home, but when you looked around, did you go, "Oh man"? I mean, what really hit you? Like, I'm guessing the traffic, you know?
The traffic does stress me out, but more than that, in New York, we all jaywalk like crazy, and the other day, I was talking on my cell phone, and there were no cars. It said, don't walk, but I walked, and this cop on a Segway came up and stopped me and said, that's a $130 fine.
Did he give you the ticket?
No, I said, I just moved here from New York. And she said,
And he said, don't shoot me.
no, she just said, all right, we'll let you go this time. I couldn't believe it. I was so grateful.
Oh, I see. So, well, aloha, welcome home.
Thank you.
Now, I know you have to take off because you got a deadline and you want to get out your wonderful paper. Thank you so much for joining us. Ladies and gentlemen, when nighttime returns, we'll have the magic of Pen Nogle in 1 minute. That's how long our breaks are. 1 minute. Thanks, man.
Really pleasure.
Hi, I'm Brian Clay, and I'd like to tell you a little story about my friend, Brad Yates. Brad's a high-level performance coach, but he was nearly crippled by severe arthritis in his knees. The Straub orthopedic team performed a new, minimally invasive knee replacement, only available at Straub. Using state-of-the-art instruments, it avoids cutting major thigh muscles, resulting in shorter recovery times. He was walking up steps within hours. Now he's back to enjoying life again. When it really matters, people turn to Straub.